Hello digital investors, you're here with Liz and Matt Rad, and today we want to do something a bit different because we want to reveal the four biggest mistakes that we've made when buying websites for profit. We want to give you some insights into the journey and also into the big lessons that we learned when we first started investing in websites and online assets.
And it's also when we started to step it up a bit. So we'll talk about the buy prices that we're spending on these sites. So some of you we know are at this level in your journey, and we want you to see these mistakes because really interesting, over the decade that we've been doing this, these are classic rookie mistakes as well. They're the classic mistakes that we see some of our beginner clients make. So our hope is for you, by watching this video, you're going to learn to avoid these mistakes. So let's start. What's number one, Liz?
Number one, and we want to tell the story. This was a really interesting buy. This was a buy that we were making, and it was a really great website, awesome niches in the education niche. So it was generating leads for education, for colleges and for universities and things like that. Awesome site, awesome affiliate product too. It was an affiliate program you could only get into by invitation. So we were kind of buying our way into this affiliate program. And we'd negotiated the website and we'd agreed on 80,000 US. So we'd transferred the money into escrow. So lesson number one, always use, now I know a lot of brokers have their own escrow services now. Back when we did this, there wasn't that. So we used escrow.com, but now Flipper and Empire Flippers and all the brokers will hold money in escrow. So we'd uploaded the 80,000 into escrow and we were just heading into that due diligence period.
I should jump in there. Some people won't know what escrow is if you're new to this. Basically, it's just like when you buy real estate. The money is held in a secure account by a third-party intermediary, and when both of you, the buyer and seller, agree on the deal, the money's released. So your money's nice and safe. So that is, as Liz said, that is definitely lesson number one. So we needed to have that due diligence period though. So we'd negotiated a 14-day due diligence. And while we're in that period, we're actually doing some deeper research into the site's backlink profile. And one of the things we noticed some interesting backlinks, and actually during the due diligence time, the traffic started to drop. And we were going, okay, what's going on here? And what we noticed, we'd actually asked the seller, what's happening, because there was a Google update happening at the time, and we asked the seller, have you paid for any backlinks, or how have you done these backlinks? And he actually admitted, he said, yes, he was very open.
I actually paid for a service. I paid to get backlinks from these particular sites. Now these were sites that Google at the time was particularly targeting.
Well, there was nothing untoward from the seller's viewpoint. And so he just explained, so he could see we knew a lot about SEO, and by keeping that line of communication open with him, it was really important. I think that was lesson number two within this is...
ask the questions.
Yeah, be proactive with the seller. Get talking to them. If you're not sure, most sellers will tell you what they've done. And as Liz said, he mentioned, yes, he had done some paid backlinking, which is not really a problem in itself. But as Liz said, Google had done a big update, and this happens every so often, and there was a very well-known link buying service out there that Google publicly targeted because they didn't like how you could buy links off there. And that's pretty much it. It was a very simple reason why why this website was affected. So we decided we were very torn. Remember that?
Yeah,
we were thinking,
still a great site.
I can easily turn this around.
And we can renovate that.
Yep.
But it now wasn't worth 80,000 that we had negotiated. So what we needed to do was, we said, no, we're not going to go ahead at that price. He decided he didn't want to keep negotiating on it, so we needed to get our money back. Now, one of the things, we're in Australia, so we needed to we'd uploaded the funds through to US dollars. And of course, the exchange rate goes up and down during that time.
Well, maybe this is a lesson from the universe so that we can teach you guys. the 2-week period that we happened to do due diligence was when the Aussie dollar really dropped. So we lost
a few grand on that
yeah,
one.
we lost a few grand. I think we actually, out of the 80 all up, it was up to near 5 grand. It was a big Forex change. And that was the first time that it had happened. That's happened to us with our bricks and mortar businesses in manufacturing stuff. But normally you're talking hedging over 6 months or whatever. It was the first time it had ever happened to us with a website where in the space of 14 days, you lose 5K just on doing due diligence, basically on the Forex. So,
but
what's
in the
the
end
lesson
though,
there?
it was worth it though, because,
Yes.
and this is something that we see beginners and some people do. Like, we are very, very clear about what is the right deal for us. So even though that cost us money, if we'd gone ahead with the deal and tried to keep going and tried to rescue it, it probably would have cost us a way more than that. I think one of the lessons here is you have to be really clear about what you want and the strategy. And when you do your negotiations, you're clear about your end price, and that's it. Don't kind of make excuses for yourself and change it thinking, oh, well, I'm already in, so I might as well. You need to be clear about what's good value for you and what you are able to, what you believe you can do with that website. So that's really important.
And the other thing that's really important was we learnt so much from that deal, and what was really interesting was the access that we got to that affiliate program. So we lost some money on the Forex, but that's kind of, we call that the cost of doing business. To us, that's not a lot in the big scheme of things compared to bricks and mortar businesses. But what we gained out of it was a relationship with the affiliate manager of this private affiliate program, and it was very lucrative. So it kind of opened the door for us in a roundabout way into a very exciting part of our journey online with affiliate marketing and things like that.
So that's the thing. It swings and roundabouts. Sometimes you will find it's just like if you're going to invest in anything, you'll pick shares that go down, and you'll pick a property that doesn't quite get to where you want it to go, or it goes down, or there's a lot of fees and everything in that. Goes to lawyers and accountants and all that kind of thing. So I think you have to be aware when you start stepping up to the 5 and 6 figure deals, there is expenses, and there will be times when things like that happen. But other final lesson from that is make sure you really check your backlinks. You've got to check the backlinks of the site, because in content sites that rely on SEO, the backlinks are very important. And we'll do another video on a bit more depth about that later. So let's move on to our second biggest, I guess, most expensive mistake when buying websites.
And I think any of you that have been with us for a few years, I'm sure you've heard us teach this strategy, this concept, and now you're about to hear why, because you're going to hear where we first broke our own rules.
Yes. So I'll tell you the story. We got into negotiations. We found this business, this online business, and we got into negotiation with the guy, and he was a young guy, he had a young family, he'd built this thing on the side, and it had just got too big too fast for him. So it was really growing phenomenally fast.
Yeah.
And so it was too big and too fast for him. And so we thought, awesome, there's huge opportunity here. And so we decided and we negotiated, and we got it for a really good price. Like, it was going to pay off within months. So we were happy with that part of the deal. However, it was an app. Yep. And at that time, this is the first app that we'd ever owned. So as you know, if you know our strategy, we're buying for leverage generally. So we want sites that take very little work to maintain, that our content team can write content for, we post the content, and it's monetized by leverage things like advertising and affiliate programs and stuff. So we don't have to do much in order to maintain and grow those websites. Now, we broke that rule because we were so excited about the growth on this one. We thought, oh yeah, we'll try an app. We'll get into this.
Definitely not our strategy of buying passive websites.
No.
It was so far from that. It was very lucrative, made lots of money, but was not a passive website. Did not fit anything. It is.
Plus, technically. So once you get into
my
apps, you got to have a dev team. You got to have developers. There's constant app updates in the App Store. You got to constantly maintain that. There was constant things breaking. There was different mobile phones. It would work on this one and not on that one. And oh man, the maintenance. And instead of, we look at our stats monthly on websites. These are daily stats and daily updates. It was intense.
For us, that was, I was just about to say, for us, that was intense. I remember those days. Having to look at it, log in every day to check this thing. And when we say an app, we mean this was a full-blown app on the Apple Store.
App Store
on the App
and
Store
Play
and Google Play. And so like you would probably have on your phone. And because of that, so again, not being passive, normally when we're buying websites, we buy simple websites that we can also work on ourselves. We can easily move things around, we can renovate themselves. This is an app on the App Store. You've got to comply with Apple and you need these they're called dev teams, developers. And so we're hiring, and they're wonderful, they're awesome, incredibly talented, but it was just full on working with these guys. These were teams from India and Pakistan and stuff, and they were brilliant, but lots of work.
Lots of work. So we broke our own rule. We didn't. So one of our biggest rules is we go in with a strategy that we know what we're looking for. We know what fits our model, like our way of business, our team. So again, we bought something that was outside the expertise of our team, which meant that we had to hire a new team for that particular business. So I think every time you go in, every time you buy any kind of business, you need to look at your own, or investment, you need to look at your own experience and your own team or the people around you who you've already got, and also what you want out of it. That's one of our biggest rules. Whenever we talk to someone who's about to buy a website, we always say, what's the big picture here? What do you actually want to achieve? And is this business taking you towards that goal, or this website, is it taking you towards this goal, or is it actually taking you away from that goal? What do you ultimately want? So that was our lesson number 2, is stick to your strategy, be clear about what you want.
And I just realised why there's another lesson in that, why we did steer away from our usual strategy, because it was such a bargain. We negotiated what we thought was a great deal.
Awesome deal.
Around $70,000.
Well, it made us a huge amount of money.
It's making about $700 a day. We got that up to. So we got it up to $700 a day, which was great. For a $70,000 investment, we were pretty happy with that. But we bought ourselves a job. So don't get blinded by your greed of the deal. We got a little bit overexcited on that one.
Number 3. So this actually relates, follows on very well from number 2.
It certainly does.
Because the other mistake that we often see students make and people in the marketplace is that they buy sites that are beyond their technical capabilities. So we've actually we've had another site recently that we did this, where it was a site that wasn't on WordPress. Now, we do have people on our team who are able to deal with websites that aren't on WordPress, and this thing was custom programmed, and we got the renovation done. But it took 6 months, where really it should have, if it was on WordPress, it would have taken 6 weeks or 6 days.
Well, this is one that I mainly worked on with the team. Liz, because it was technical. Liz is the technical one, but she sidestepped it over to me. So this was about $50,000. And I honestly believe that if it had been a normal site that I could work on with my normal team, I think we should have quadrupled that. Possibly, I was really excited. I kind of know I've been involved in the niche before. I'm really good at it. And when we took it over, now really interesting, this one turned out to be totally passive. It ticked every box. We've had that for about 2 years, and it's made us a couple of grand a month every, month in, month out. So on the surface, it looks great. But the mistake is, as Liz said, we couldn't do the renos that we needed to do to really drive it, to get it to that. I think we should have doubled it and doubled it again. It literally took 6 months, and what's even worse was it was custom coded. It wasn't even like on Joomla or anything like that. It was a full-on custom code. There's only a few, so we had to hire the techie who built the thing from the previous seller. And that's okay, but if I wanted stuff done, it would take 24 hours to get hold of him. He's a world expert, and he worked on all sorts of sites like this, and and it was really hard to get hold of. We couldn't easily hire other techies to work on this custom coded thing. So, and it's interesting, we've got clients who have done exactly the same thing, and it just, so, and I watched them.
This is the thing, it's doable. Like, you can do it.
But the renos typically take, I know this sounds like a long time, but 6 to 12 months to do the things that you need to do to it, which is very frustrating. And then, of course, what you got to think about is the end game, okay? So when you go to sell it, you got the same problem. You've got to explain to the buyer, look, you need this techie.
You need this guy.
It takes a bit of time and maneuvering, and then you're not going to be able to program that stuff yourself. So it's the lesson is, don't go there, because it's going to be hard to resell it. So we made the mistake of focusing on, hey, we can handle this, we've got team, it's okay. But we should have been thinking what we teach, which is think way ahead. When I come to sell this thing, it's going to be hard because I've got to find a buyer who can handle this sort of a site. So we literally just sold it off at a good price. I think we sold it for 60 or 70, plus we'd made $2,000 a month owning it. So we're pretty happy overall. It was passive. We didn't really have to do that much to it. But it should have been a much bigger deal, but could potentially have been very difficult to sell. But luckily it was very passive, so it sold straight away. So there you go. How do you wrap up the lesson in that one? Don't go into bespoke coded websites. All right, so on that one, lesson learned is don't be buying something way more complex than what you can handle technically or that your team can handle, but in particular, anything that is bespoke, hard coded. As soon as you hear that, run a mile. And also the reason why, the lesson out of that is because you've got to remember one day you're going to want to sell this thing. So if it's bespoke, hard coded, it's going to be harder for you down the track to sell it, no matter how good the website is.
Yeah. All right, so now let's go on to our final one, lesson number 4. And this is one that we see all the time. It happened to us just once.
Yeah. And it's the classic mistake that a lot of you listening make, and we repeatedly teach this, and here's the reason why.
We have seen lots of students where this has happened, so pay special note to this. Whenever we run a workshop, we kind of pause before this one so everyone's listening.
Yep.
And that is, when you buy a website or you're looking at one to buy, you must make sure that you can get accounts with whoever it is that, like the affiliate providers, the advertising providers, wherever the money's coming from, you've got to make sure that you can get that same money coming in from the website. Yes. I don't know how many times we've had students say to us, oh, I bought it, but I can't put AdSense on it because I don't have an AdSense account. Okay. Yes, that's right.
Well, no.
Or they buy a website that has some sort of affiliate offer on there, and they find later that that affiliate offer is either expired, or that you can't get an account with that affiliate program, or that there was some special deal going on. And that's what we found. We found one of the websites we bought, one of the affiliate offers, it was kind of an under the table deal with the supplier. And so when we took it over, that supplier said, oh no, I'm not going to do the same deal for you. Now, it wasn't the end of the world because there was other offers and things on there. So it wasn't the end of the world, but annoying.
It was a shock to the system.
Yeah.
It was an annoying shock to the system.
Yes.
It was a $30,000 website. It was a good website. It actually we could renovate it to get the traffic up. And if we'd been able to keep that particular affiliate offer, we would have made a lot of money off it. Yeah. So it was an annoying mistake on our behalf. But anyway, it's one of those ones, like Liz said, we do see this a lot. So again, I think it relates to our lesson number 1. Make sure you're communicating with the seller a lot.
Yes.
And if they've got these special affiliate deals, get them to put you in contact with the affiliate manager.
And speak to them directly.
Even if they're in another country, or even if it's just via email, just say, hey, just to confirm, you're going to keep that offer going with me.
Now, the cool thing about this is, even if that does happen to you, there are so many affiliate offers that are available. There's so much opportunity now, and it's growing even further.
So these lessons are particularly important, again, when you're getting more intermediate and you're ready to step it up into that 5 and 6 figure deals. They're probably the 4 main biggies that we see that as you've heard, we've experienced ourselves. We're guilty. We've done it too. but we do see it happen repeatedly amongst newbies who are coming into here. So that's why we've done this video for you. So hopefully
So there you go. So there's hopefully you can get out there now and buy some websites for profit and make really good buying decisions.